Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Rachak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. This is Amma One from the Great Millstone Camp in Trinidad, coming back to do another lesson through the Holy Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. And this time now just looking up there concerning countries with debt. Alright, countries who are in debt. You see in countries in debt, but who the owing? Long and short of the story is the owing the red shield. That is who is being owed. The red shield. You see the red shield now, they don't want to put it like they're owing them, but all the money goes right back to them. Alright? But this lesson is basically an impromptu. This is not really these just are flowing in the spirit. I just bring up that because I was now looking up that I said I'm gonna put on the camera and do the video. Because I was just looking up who these countries owing. So we seeing what countries have the largest debt in the world. Here's a list of the top 10 countries with the most national debt. Japan. So Japan win 9 trillion US dollars. Greece 400 billion, just rounding it off, US dollars. Portugal win basically 300 billion US dollars. Italy almost 3 trillion US dollars. Bhutan 2 billion US dollars. Cyprus 22 billion. Belgium 5 billion. The US win, they say 19 trillion, which is way more than that. That is why I'm giving it an average to. The US basically win 30 trillion. But then when you go into the real wins, it's about 200 trillion. Spain about, let me say 1.5 trillion. Singapore, right? Them win as well. But who don't win? International Monetary Fund, IMF. Who owns the IMF? Ultimately BIS, IMF, the Bank for International Settlements, the IMF, International Monetary Fund. All these things are controlled by one group of people. So if them decide to call in their debt, see how much countries win them? How? Look, even this country, Trinidad and Tobago, wait, I'll see it earlier on. I can't pass it, boy. But look at how much countries, bro. Do you see that? See how much countries were in them? Let me see. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Israel, the Germans, St. Kitts. I literally see. Right, let's try and Tobago there. Tobago there. So you see, everybody have money for these people. Who the hell all you win? Why is there no country debt free? This is a fucking wicked ass system. That is why I as a man just try to be as debt free as I could be in this world. Why? Because you see debt. That is what it say it is, yeah? Debt. This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So the highest debt that we just saw was the United States of America. Right? That is the highest debt that we just saw. The US. Their debt is through the roof. But either way, the word clay there goes back to the word abatyat, right? Abatyat. It means weight of pleasures, heavy debts. So all these countries and them, when the elites ready to call back the debt, all they're going to have a hard time. Because they're trusting in the ESO system. There are a lot of people trusting in ESO system. And you know why they're trusting in ESO system? Because they just get through in ESO system. 14477 on my phone there. Just get through in ESO system. So they tend to trust in ESO system more because they just get through. Just an idea, me and a Jake was having a conversation. Alright? And he's a Christian, and he come and he tell me, oh, he listening to a sermon, and the sermon says, what the sermon say? He say John 3 and 14, where it says, as Moses lifted up, our Lord said, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. So he's saying that touch him. I say, alright. I say, okay. I say, well, who Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness too? He tried to change the topic. I say, could we go in historical evidence and see, we go back in time? Because, watch me, time, you could go back in time right in the Bible. If you understand what I'm saying. You going back in time and you're going forward in time. It's like a time machine, for real. Yeah. In your mind, then. Not your physical body being there. But your mind there. You could go back, and that's the thing, when you're reading these stories and you think you had to put yourself like you was there in that time. Just giving you accurate information. But go back in that time and put yourself there, and then link it with what's going on today, and you'll get understanding with that. But I say, go back in that time. I tell him. I say, who Moses was speaking to? Moses was speaking to the Israelites. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm switching gears. Because listen, Peace up is again, boy. 24, huh? Numbers 21. Oh, somewhere. The book of Numbers 21 and 8 says, and Yahweh Yahushua said unto Moses, make thee, right, a fiery serpent, and put it upon a pole. It shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when you look it upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. The children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth. Right, so you see, when you read further up, it's speaking about Israel. Right? It's speaking about Israel. So the serpent in the wilderness was lifted up for the Israelites. So seeing that the serpent in the wilderness was lifted up for the Israelites, that means the Lord was lifted up for the Israelites. He tried to duck that question all how. He runs so, he come back so, he say nah, can't be. Then he say anything. Then he asks me this. Then he talk about that. I say forget all we're talking about here. I just asking you one thing. Answer me that. Can't answer me that. Well, I don't know we going into the scripture now. That our next Jake Day, who is a pastor, all this happening on work just like all 7 o'clock. And next Jake Day, who is a pastor now, he listening to the conversation, you only giggling. But he don't want to come in because he don't know. The Spirit is already telling him that he will get confounded. You see, everybody who comes up against this truth, what we teach, does eventually get confounded. What we teaching is the 100% truth. What we teaching is the accuracy of the scriptures. Do intermingle, we don't tangle it. We give it the accurate. We give it accurate. We give the full understanding of the doctrine. Alright? And one of the understanding of the doctrine is that the Lord ain't coming to save all mankind. Alright? Because he doesn't care about all mankind. He only cares about his elect, his chosen. Alright? That's what the Lord cares about. The Lord don't care about the Rothschilds. And they know that. Yahweh Basham Yahushua doesn't care about them. You don't care about the wicked of our people. Right? He said that the multitude perished then that was born in vain. Yahushua even said, those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Alright? That is what our Lord said. Our Lord was a man of valor. Alright? Our Lord is a powerful man. Yeah. Our Lord was a powerful man mentally. Possibly physically too. But you see your mind is where everything is. Because that's what he's so going for. Second Corinthians 2:2 says, but I determined this of myself, that I would not come again to you in heaviness. What? Oh gosh, no. 2 Thessalonians. No, 2 Corinthians 10:2. Select I one on the wrong one. 2 Corinthians 10:3. I went in 2 Corinthians 2. 2 Corinthians 10:3. But in 2 Corinthians and all of it where we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. 2 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. But as I was saying, the serpent wants your mind. This is what we fighting to protect. Ultimately our minds in this truth. It says, but if I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present with that confidence wherewith I think to be good. Wherewith I think to be bold against some which think of us as we walked according to the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh. We do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. No. Right? So, we ain't warring after the flesh. Our warfare is within the mind. We keep the mind strong. Our Lord, his mind was extremely strong to endure the elements. Right? Yeah, so, hey, so I care about that. I feel I'll close it off there for now. I'll come back with the next one a little later. So that I say shalom to the elect. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.